Welcome back. This is M-Dog, and we are taking a look at Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2 playtest update. We'll see if work will leave me along long enough for us to make this video. This is Friday, April 29th, week 2 update where they're changing the water bodies that are available. We still have Jackson, which is that first map. We no longer have the second map that we had last week, which is unfortunate. I didn't really realize this is kind of how we were moving forward through the playtesting time period, but it makes sense. But I really enjoyed that second map. We'll see what the new one is. The second map this week is Slovakia. So let's read the update and then let's check out the update. Hello everyone, we are really grateful for your feedback. For 1 week we collected almost 900 surveys. Let me just go to audio real quick here. And that's amazing, so much feedback. We are shocked. So as promised today, we're moving into week 2. New map, Slovakia, and some bug fixes based on your feedback. Quick picture of Slovakia. These are the fish species: chub, so spinning, eyed, spinning, mostly, some feeder. Float, roach, float, Atlantic salmon, spinning, rainbow trout, spinning, European grayling, spinning, common bleak, tiny, probably float, Huchen, spinning, brook trout, brown trout, mostly spinning, probably. So this is what I was afraid of and what I'm a little sad of, that during this week of playtesting, it looks like we're not going to have that more either float or feeder centric map. And they've added the feeder rod holders to the store. I don't know if they work yet. I still don't think we really have feeder rods or rigs that we can set up, but anyway, we'll see what it's like moving forward. The underwater camera can be bugged in shallow water. We recommend you use the view from above the water. Of course, top waters should work best on Slovakia. So I guess there's a clue. We need to use top waters at Slovakia, so we'll try that perhaps. We removed the fishing line consumption after each cast. I guess I don't get this whole fishing line consumption thing. I did notice this last time I was playtesting. I actually ran out of line on my float rod. You know, I caught I don't know, however many fish, and all of a sudden I couldn't cast anymore. I had to go buy a new line from the store. So that's an interesting mechanic, right? Well, they've taken it off where it's not going to be after each cast, but it still gets consumed when you catch a fish, change baits, or when you lose a fish. So you're still losing a lot of line. I guess that's their answer. Instead of having durability loss, we're just going to consume line. In real life, you consume line. It just sort of naturally happens sometimes, but it's not like it's happening every time you catch a fish, every time you change your baits, right? So that's just interesting. I don't know. Adjusted amount of fish experience per fish. Here's my guess. They nerfed it to the ground last time. This time they realized, oh, that was a little too much. Now we've boosted it back up just a teeny bit. Because I'm telling you, I'm level 18, so I don't know how high the levels are going to go in this game. That might be pretty high level, but I was catching fish after fish after fish. I sat there on that second lake yesterday, even after I had made a video, or 2 days ago, whatever. I caught a ton of fish. I had a really good time. My level thing was hardly moving, and these were good fish for my level, I think. So anyway, it's just a bit odd. We've added the missing unit conversion on HUD, leader, length, depth, distance, and then other minor fixes. Probably fix the first person, the FPS drop. We need to confirm it. Your feedback matters here. Probably fix the updating task, but we're not sure if it'll work for everyone. And then we have surveys. So definitely want to do those moving forward if you're playtesting. All right, so let's go home and see. There was nothing in the update about changes to the shop. I've looked through kind of briefly. It doesn't look to me like there are updates here either. That's crazy that, I guess maybe, is that per fish? 10 bleak for, 1 bleak for $10. I don't know. That's crazy. It seems like a really cheap price for bait fish, but it might be for just one fish. I don't really know. So we want to go to topwater stuff. Didn't I purchase a frog? I think we already have a frog. We get a popper maybe. Let's get out on the water, just kind of see what things look like first. There's minnows. Here's more topwaters. Some of these are just really expensive. I mean, we do have $1,100, so I mean, I guess this kind of stuff we might as well spend it on some to be able to test things. Doesn't seem like new equipment's coming out super fast anyway. All right, so here's Slovakia. Again, Jackson County, United States. It's the first map. Try not to go there today. We're going to spend a little bit of time on Slovakia. We already went over the fish that are on this map. The question is, can we find them? And is there anything worth actually fishing for on float? Or are we only doing spinning here? Looking at the list of fish, it looks like mostly what we're going to be doing is spinning, but we'll see. So let's check out the map. We can turn the volume back up as soon as we get loaded in here. This almost looks like if you were going to have... if you were going to have fly fishing, is this a map you might use it on? Perhaps. If I'm not mistaken, Ultimate Fishing Simulator 1 did have fly fishing. All right, so there is a bridge down here. I'm going to go ahead and assume we can cross that bridge. It is way down there. I may be wrong unless there's a path up. So this is interesting. Do we just not have access to the entire map? Oh, you can walk straight across. So again, this does feel like fly fishing type stuff. It's letting us wade into the water, right? Well, let's just see. Let's put the speed of 30%. Let's just see if we can catch anything. Let's just see about that. So we probably could catch chub on float with the grasshoppers. We could catch eyed on float, potentially. Is there anything else on that list? Maybe some of the trout would be possible, like with fly or something. We do have flies. Oh, that's weird. Now it's showing the leader length in both. I guess I better do centimeters. Oh, that's just going to be weird. I don't know how I want to do it. So we're seeing leader length in both meters and inches now. All right, let's just see what mostly I'm just kind of curious on what's the current strength like and all that. I just wanted to kind of throw a float out so we could see. How far did that go? Let's pull it closer. So now I'm getting, for the first time ever playing this game, I'm getting frame drops. All right, so there it goes. Pretty strong current. It's going from right to left. I mean, we do have that river float, but I don't know how much that's going to matter. We may have to wait and see if there's a spot on this map where the current's not quite so strong. The current is so strong that it's just pushing the float straight over. So I don't think this is going to work. Maybe it will. Is that a little bleak? There were bleak here. Yeah, there's a bleak. Okay. First fish on float. I love it. I'm surprised that worked. Okay, that's cool. Now, I mean, you could use fly and do a little deeper. Maybe use other bait, see if you can catch a salmon or something. Right here. I don't know. It looks like it might still be a current there. But we could try it. We'll try this bug one more time, then we'll maybe see what other top waters we have. I am kind of bummed out that we don't have our carp, tench, crucian, all that map anymore. I mean, spin fishing is okay in this game, I guess, but I was hoping that we were going to get feeders soon, and I really liked that other map. Whoa. It does look like you can just wade out here, though. Where are we? So we're right here. Map keeps going a little bit. Alright, let's see. What else do we have that would be top water? Let's go to artificial. We have this frog. We can try the frog. I don't know. For some reason, when I think of frogs, I just think of bass fishing. And that is not what's here, right? But I could be wrong on that. We could also try the spinnerbait. Spinnerbait has been the most consistent. It's worked in the most different situations. Coming back against the current like this, we probably ought to retrieve a little bit quicker, maybe. It's moving really slow, isn't it? Current strong. I don't think I've ever caught something on that frog, though. Let's try the spinnerbait. Not sure that we have any other top water besides the frog and the bug. We do have the minnow. Either it's bugged out or we caught something. So the minnow worked, huh? Interesting. It's a little huchin. Well, if nothing else, this new map may force us to just try a lot of things out with spin fishing this week. Try to get a little bit more competent with different types of spin fishing. Because the only thing I really do is just straight retrieval. I mean, that's the only thing I've been able to get to work consistently. That's also what it says under the lure that we're going to be using is straight. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't other things that would work. I think if you use the soft lures, it says straight slow. But other than that, everything pretty much just says straight. Which you wouldn't think that, you know, you would think there's going to be other types of retrieval that work in the game, but the little bit that I've played with it, it seems like straight retrieval's been the most consistent. All right, so the question is, what do we think is going to be the most consistent? So those are 10 gram. Poppers are 10.5 gram. They're both top water. I've already tried the bug. The bug's definitely a cheaper route. Like we could try one of these for next to nothing. But there are two top waters, other types of top waters that we could try. Maybe we should. I don't know that I'm going to do it this video. I think we'll just try this bug a couple times. But it's interesting that this is the map we're testing now. I am hoping that... Oh, it's at 10 speed. We don't want that. I'm hoping that next... Maybe fairly soon we'll have the feeder rods available. Or at least some new equipment to kind of mess around with. It'd also be nice if whatever the next week testing map situation is, if the second map is not, feels like both of the maps that are available this week are going to be heavy into spin fishing, which is just not my favorite. I like the way this bug looks in the water. Alright, let's try it down this way where we caught that other fish. Just see if it catches anything. I'm going to go down to 28% retrieval speed. Oh, I like it. Alright, so our drag's at 70. And he's still pulling line. Let's see if we can get him. Alright, I'm going to go up to 90. 90 drag. Okay, it's pretty fun. Let's see what kind of fish we got here. Getting him closer. We might be okay here. I do like when games have a fishing net that you use instead of just sort of pulling them in like this. That is a much bigger Huchin, by the way. So we're about 3,000 away from level 19. Like I like that. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Fisher Online, Russian Fishing 4. They use the net system where you're putting a net out when the fish is close, trying to net it, kind of basically. I do enjoy that aspect. The fact that you just kind of have to get it close in this game and then hold right trigger down or right click down. Maybe not quite as fun to me as the other system, but it's not that big of a deal. Trying to just cast in a couple different parts of the river here. We're back up here where we kind of spawned in. Alright, we'll try one more cast. I will do some more testing here. I just kind of wanted to do a sort of a first look video since the update just dropped with the new map. Just want to see what it looked like and cast a few lures. See what was going on. Alright, I'm up to 36%. It just to me seems like it was going so slow. The topwater, it's supposed to be a topwater lure and it was hardly staying on the surface. Huh. Not sure. Alright, we'll have to test out some other things. And we will do that. I do have this support stand. We can put it down. Again, we don't have any do this at 1 meter. Cast it out there. Let's bring it in a little bit so we can see it maybe. And then how do you put it down? Alright. Now where's the float? On the other side of this rock. Inside the rock. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Now will it let us pick it back up? Okay. Seems to be working, right? Does that have a fish on, by the way? Or is it just stuck on something? I think there actually might be a fish on. Wow. Alright, so that fish gave us 52 experience. Looks like it's a decent sized brook trout. 2.3 kilos. We need 3,600 experience to level up. Does that seem right? I mean, it seems okay. I don't know. Maybe that's fine. Alright, so that works now. I mean, that's cool. I wasn't expecting it to even work yet. So if we can just get some feeder rods going and some bite alarms. That's pretty cool. Alright, well, we got the beginning of something there, right? So let's sell some fish. Back up to 1189. So we're doing alright. Our fishing net's up to level 3, so we got a nice fishing net at this point. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting, right? We're getting there, I guess. Exit location. Still plenty of fish there we haven't caught yet that we can try to figure out. But yeah, there you go. I was just making sure on the rods. We still don't have any feeder rods, right? Yeah, we don't have any. We don't have casting. We do have spinning, of course. And then no float rods. It's just universal that we can use for float. Now this is called a feeder master. Feeder master. That's what we already have though, right? Like just because it's called a feeder master doesn't appear to indicate that we can actually use it for feeder fishing. If we go to the shop, rods, universal. If we get the feeder master, oh, it's a telescopic. So it tells us right there that it's a telescopic. What else do we have here? Where's that other feeder master? Am I at the wrong section? Universal, feeder master, costs 1,900, and it's also telescopic. So that's float. Even though it says feeder, that's float. And float doesn't have anything. It's just weird. What's going to go here? Is this going to be like match rods? I think the terminology can be improved. I think the terminology could be improved. It's a little confusing. Now, if someone tells me that, well, in real life, this is kind of how the categories work, I could be wrong. But what I'm used to, universal to me would mean... Okay, so this one does have segments. What can you use it for? Maybe I need to start spending some money and actually buying some of this gear to do some testing. The most expensive thing we can purchase is the finesse. It's got segments, 2 sections. It looks like you do attach a reel. It's a universal rod, though. All right, what categories are the reels in? Just the size? They really started us with too strong of starter gear, right? Kind of spoiled just based on what they started us with, especially with the spinning. All we had to really do was upgrade the strength of the line on our spinning set, and we have our current spinning set is got 3 kilo strength, basically. Well, 2.7 is the strength of the rod. 2.5 is the leader. Still, that's a good bit of strength. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep saving to actually try to buy a much stronger, nicer piece of gear, or buy some of the less expensive stuff just to do some random testing. I definitely think we want to get some other top water lures to test out at this place. So anyway, there we go. Ultimate Fishing Simulator 2. This is at least part 1 of our look at Slovakia map. We caught a few fish, saw a few things, just kind of checked out some stuff about the update. You know, it seems like every couple days we get a new update, which is nice. Which is really nice. So we'll see what comes next. See if any more equipment or other, significant game changers get added. I'm not super excited about Slovakia being the map that we're testing, but I'm excited about it being one of the maps in the game. It just feels like now we're kind of pigeonholed into 2 fairly spinning heavy maps, which seems like you'd want to have kind of one of each sort of thing. But either way, we just caught a really nice brook trout on a fly with our float rod down on a feeder rod holder. So strange things are happening. I will see you next time. Tight lines, everybody. Let me know what you think of the update.